This is like the fourth time I've tried to record this. Okay, so story time. I was with my eldest son's father, and it was a toxic relationship from the jump. I was 20, trying to get away from my narcissistic mother or whatever, and I said, well, since you're already going to talk about me, I'm just going to be with a bad boy. Well, this bad boy turned out to be like this warlock or whatever, and because I had ties in my family to like Masons and Eastern Stars and stuff, he just thought it was a good idea to get himself initiated with, I think it was my form that he used, to be honest. But I was like, I'm not a follower. I know that that's all, toaster worship or whatever. I know my family. And but he went the whole way or whatever. He's really going to lodges and all this other stuff or whatever. So he gets this girl, and he's got her so wound up in her brain that she's calling my would be then my husband and my mom, calling them, telling them I'm a witch, right? And it was so funny because she was talking to my ex-husband for like 2 hours, and I'm just sitting there next to him listening to all of this stuff she's saying, like, I put spells on him and did all this stupid stuff, whatever. I just thought this girl was really on the fentanyl, really bad, to be calling up people of mine. I didn't want anything to do with him. I'm already married. I've already got other kids. But this girl kept cycling all of my social media. And I was thinking she was saying something like he had did like spells on her, and she's washing herself clean from all the spell work he was doing on her and stuff. So come to present day. Now back then when I met him, I was about 17 and stuff, and he used to roll in this place that's long been since torn down. And he links up with the dude that I wind up dating after my husband, right? So go figure, that guy links up with him. They want to keep the story going like I'm some kind of a witch. I'm sitting here minding my business, drinking my water and everything, to where they want to plot on me so bad that they kind of orchestrate this whole scenario in my house, with my children, my adult children in tow, to make it look like this house is like a murder scene or something. Excuse my French on here. But they wanted to make it look like it was staged, like it was like all kind of crazy stuff going on. And mind you, I'm taking care of my mom, my kids, I'm living my life. But these dudes, because I decide not to be with them, they have to make this whole slanderous campaign and stuff. They want to tell all kind of law officials I'm doing all kind of. So apparently these two nutcases, and God knows who else co-signed on this BS, decided to go around town telling anybody at the top of their lungs, I'm this, I'm that. I've got all this. I don't even know. Like the story gets so wild. When you play telephone, it turns from one thing to another, or whatever. And I was really terrorized because of these lies. Now, the people that believe the lies, they wanted something to believe in. So we're not even gonna, really put any emphasis on who actually believed the lies. But it's just the fact that these two numbnuts decide on their grown 40 and 50-year-old selves that because I rejected them, it must be a form of witchcraft, that I don't want them anymore. Do you know how long it's taken to tell someone, hey, look, I'm moving on. I don't want you. It got so complicated that you had to orchestrate people to hurt me and harm me, come to my home, manipulate my kids, set it up so that my house could be caught on fire and all the evidence will burn, and everyone would just believe I'm some kind of witch or some crazy crap. I mean, let's pay people to believe this nonsense. Let's be so convincing and play victim that I've actually scorned you, when in all actuality, I don't want you. Now, I've seen many a Lifetime movie, but I've never seen or heard anything such as sordid and detailed and weird and demonic as this. But here I am still standing while these two idiot numbskulls are still plotting to see who's gonna, get me in trouble or locked up or harmed or worse over $1, because I don't want them. Story time, right? Mhm. So, I have so many people watching my old place because of the fact that these numbnuts really did sell that crack to everyone that was snorting it. So, whether it's ex family, ex friends, or whoever, that's just the tea that I was able to collect. I don't even speak to a child anymore because of their involvement, because he wanted to be daddy's little helper so bad. So yeah, story time. That was when I was labeled a quote unquote witch in my whole community, and I had all kind of strangers trying to hook me because of some idiot lies from some demonic people that just couldn't take the word no. And now, even when my name is clear and I have nothing to do with these people, you think I'm gonna get an apology? No, the links and the people involved were so crazy, and so many people were promised this dollar on my death because someone had this crazy insurance policy over me because they were sure I was just gonna on their commands, as if there's no God watching all this insanity at play, keeping me safe and my children out of harm's way. But witchcraft, I met their friends who are actual witches. I met the girl that was putting people in her freezer or whatever, or her boyfriend that was leaving cans of piss all over her house. I see where these idiots get this crap from, or the other girl that was calling my mother and my husband at the time, telling them all kind of she do this. Now I was with my ex-husband for 3 years before we got this phone call or whatever, and I'm just looking at him like, you believe this? All of a sudden I was supposed to sprinkle something in your food in order for you to love me? How desperate do you have to be? Like, I can't just have it natural. I have to do something. I have to get eye of newt and a chicken bone to goddamn make somebody care about. I don't give a. I've never been so, you know detached to where I don't want you. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't care how your life is. I don't care who you're with. I don't care what else you do. I didn't even want this man. My son hasn't even seen his father like that since he was 2. And then come to find out that my daughter was all over his page and everything. And I'm just like, you trying to get to every child of mine to convince them to go along with your little masonic whatever the hell you got going on. But I'm just like, all of this because I said no. All of this because I said no. Did they hook up with any of the Masons in my family? God knows. Them desperate, weird behind people. I don't mess with them either. I don't mess with people that give me red flags. I don't mess with people. And I dang sure don't have no time in my budget with people that don't take care of their kids, that I'm just so desperate that I need their love. I don't need a damn thing from these people. And you talk about the people that were supposed to help me through this situation that took sides. Again, do you think I got an apology? My life, right? As a chosen vessel, doing the works of the Most High God in the middle of hell, surrounded by demons, literally. And now I just get to sit back and laugh because now my baby daddy is in jail, in prison, violating probation for assault with a deadly weapon and beating somebody almost. Like the things that y'all actually do as opposed the things that y'all actually do as opposed to the things that are actually done. Y'all have done some heinous crimes. Some heinous crimes. Heinous crimes. And don't think because I have a smile on my face, I don't have an idea of how crazy this whole plot has gone. It's weird. You people are weird, and the people that believe it are weird. They're even more weird because it's like these bandwagon bozos just want something to believe in. Oh, we always knew she was different. We always knew she was strange. I was strange because I didn't want to deal with y'all. I'm different because I don't want nothing to do with y'all. And when I find out, I move the fuck along. I don't need to. If I'm using spices to season my children's food, and then to come up with some trumped up charges like I must be Look, I can't even get it out because the camera don't want me to record the truth, and I'm still gonna speak it anyway. It's my life. But I'm just like, get out of here, y'all just some bandwagon followers, bozos for real. Like I said, even still, if any of this stuff was true, nobody want to call, reach out, say, hey, you okay? Is this what's really going on? Because you got these weirdos out here really believing and really gang stalking, so people can really, oh, you didn't hear about that? Oh, she liked it. Like, how many people do you have to pay off to realize you're broke and you're busted for trying to lie on a female that just don't want you anyway? Like, let me break up and move on in peace. Why do you have a 20 something year old vendetta against your ex baby mama? But nobody thinks. Nobody has critical thinking skills. Nobody. So that's just my little bit of what's going on in my world today, because these people will still be in my this ex of mine still spun the block last week. Talk about some, I'm in a whole marriage and relationship, but I want to see about you. Honey, there ain't nothing to see about after you smudge my name like that. But you know what? Since you think that I'm just that stupid to think you didn't have a part in that. Like, I'm just gonna be dumb and come back to, like, what the hell kind of these, like, and all because I want to just say I'm sorry, I apologize. Can I see you? Hell no, weirdo. You and your gang of freaking witches, warlocks, and never do wells or whatever y'all got going on over there in that side of the world. Y'all could stay over there. I don't want nothing to do with you. But I just had it on my heart to talk about that today. It's Tell It Tuesday.